sugar-free then, it hasn't had sugar added to it, but it might have some artificial sugars. They may not contain the same calories as sugar, but they give it a sugary taste. The concern is that it's about having a taste for sweetness. So if you continue to have things that taste sweet, even if they don't have the calories of sugar behind it, does that then keep us searching for sweet things? For example, if you have a Diet Coke, your brain is then screaming for real sugar, and that's why you then go and look for a muffin. So we're better off to bring down our need for sweetness as well as the amount of sugar that we eat. When you eat a piece of fruit, it's full of fibre, and what the fibre does, it slows down how quickly you digest the fruit and how quickly the sugar in the fruit hits your bloodstream. When you have a fruit juice, the fibre and the pulp have been removed, and when it hits your bloodstream, you just get this huge surge of sugar, and then an hour later you get a drop in your blood sugar levels as your body tries to balance everything out. So fruit juices, people think they're a healthy food, but to be honest they're not in terms of being to control your weight. And people also sometimes think that a homemade fruit juice is healthier than a shop bought one. While if you make a jus maison, it may contain more vitamins and minerals, it still has exactly the same amount of sugar. For example, most fruit juices, a big glass of fruit juice, about 200 millilitres, that contains the same amount of sugar as a red Coke, as a full sugar Coke. Even if it's natural sugar, for fruit juices it counts as free sugar, it counts for the World Health Organization as added sugar. When you look at a label, it can be misleading because something could be lower in calories, but it could still contain quite a lot of sugar. And if you want to reduce your sugar intake, is looking at the amount of sugar in a product. A product has more than 15% sugar, it's usually quite high in sugar. The other thing you find with labels, they don't distinguish between the sugar you find naturally in foods and the sugar that's added. So for example, in a natural yogurt, it will naturally have 4 grams of sugar in it. Anything above that means that sugar has been added. So if it says natural, if it says organic, if it says gluten-free, it still doesn't mean it's low in sugar. High sugar products, anything that has more than about 15 grams of sugar per 100 grams. Anything to be made by the food industry, so whether it's biscuits, cakes, they all tend to have a sugar content of about 25 to 30%. So those are not things you want to eat on a daily basis. In terms of reducing sugar, what we know is that with sugar, it doesn't tend to give us the same sensation of satiety as other foods. Could you eat 10 apples? It would be quite hard. Could you drink 10 apples? You could probably do that very easily, and you wouldn't feel like you'd eaten 10 apples. Your labels, drinks, so skip the fizzy drinks, buy water, tea or coffee without sugar. Things like always having a pack of nuts with you, having a couple of pieces of fruit in a bag. Those are kind of quick ways of giving you a bit of a boost without needing to actually buy something sugary. To be honest, we have to learn to cook. Most of the sugar is added by the food industry. So if we cook at home, we can choose how much sugar we add.